Good afternoon. Quick disclaimer, I'm going to be reading from a script and doing a little bit of filling of my own, but anymore like getting my creative, just getting creatively, my mind going again. It has been too much chaos and too much noise in my home for me to really like just settle like I want to and just be as original. So I'm going to read this because I had an idea just through the noise, and it's like I just need to be able to cut through it. And I know it's not just me out there, but I'm going to title this. I'm thinking right now I'm going to title it for the woman in midlife that is tired. I said in a previous video how I have my two adult children in the household again and my grandchild. And I am in a one-bedroom apartment. So this was not the plan. Especially I haven't been here, or it'll be 2 months on the 18th. So I'm still new here and I'm tired. But I'm going to read this verbatim, and then like I said, I'm going to just try to fill in other areas with my own original thoughts. If you are listening to this right now, close your eyes for just 3 seconds if you can and take a deep breath. You are in midlife, you've raised your babies, but instead of the quiet emptiness you might have pictured, your nest is beautifully and overwhelmingly full. You have adult children in the house, you have a grandchild running around. Your days are scored by a soundtrack of cartoons, and they are. Slam doors, very much so, and heavy adult conversations, absolutely. Constantly washing dishes and laundry. I have actually had another previous video just before I moved here, but the particular unit that I'm in, it actually comes with a stack washer dryer unit, and I love them fiercely. We love them fiercely, but we're tired. We need a good night's sleep, and it's not just needing a good night's sleep, but it's bone deep, soul deep exhaustion. Yeah. And if you're being completely honest, or if I'm being completely honest, sometimes it feels like my fate is hanging on a single frayed thread. Now, my videos is what keeps me going. It's an outlet. I've said that before. I've even started another channel, Motivational Tidbits, just to keep encouraging not just myself but others, but it's really I need to keep myself going. You need to be able to build yourself up and just be able to pull yourself up. Trying to keep the peace, that's a whole nother subject for a whole nother time. And just trying to keep my house running without running into the ground. So I did have to collect myself, but I'm going to continue to film. You're going to hear some noise in the background, and I'm just going to let it roll because this is my reality. Now, not only did I just have to collect myself, but I came outside for a little while because it just started getting noisy in there, my reality. I thought I was just going to let it go head on and just be a little noise in the background, but my daughter and grandchild is it's just too much. So, and if they come back out here, then I'll move back to the inside. But in the meantime, I was on the second part, and it says when we are exhausted, we tend to keep faith like an endless item on a to-do list. We think that keeping the faith means waking up at 5 in the morning, doing an hour or two Bible study, or maintaining a serene, joyful attitude, all about stepping over toys, etc. And it says like just a great misconception about that. For me, keeping the faith looks like just what I'm doing. I've said so many times, I think I just said it even a couple of moments ago, with making these videos is a creative outlet. Um, there are a lot of times that, well, no, not even a lot of times, I'm just tired. But, um, but keeping the faith for me just like, um, for every day God gives me. Just keep putting one foot in front of the other. I have a 9 to 5. I work, and I work from home, so that's a blessing. And then when I'm off from work, I walk and try to keep myself active. And I'm just holding on to hope that my children will get it together for themselves. I did give them until the end of the month to be out. I did. I've said in the previous video how I don't want to file the county clerk reports to put them out, but that's actually starting to look like a viable option even now. I do believe that they will go ahead and just try to comply or do everything that they need to do to leave. They do still have their father as an option, and but even when I was planning to move or not renew my lease, I had said that they would have to figure it out. So again, this was not a part of my original plan. This was to be my place and my space so that I can just be able to work and unwind and enjoy the second half of my life. And it's burdensome. It's burdensome if I'm telling the truth. You can think of women in the Bible, or the woman in the Bible with the issue of blood, and how she didn't have the energy to give a grand speech or to do a great work, but she crawled to Jesus. She had been suffering for years. We all know the story, going to doctors, out of money. And she made her way to Jesus, and she touched the hem of his garment and was made whole. So when we are tired, don't allow our faith, or let's not allow our faith. And I love how this is said, to be measured by the length of our prayers, but let our faith be measured by our willingness to admit, Lord, I can't do this today. You have to take the wheel. How to just give it to Christ. Let him have it. Another point it makes is how it is incredibly hard to be a mother to adult children while also being a grandmother, especially under the same roof. But it says we're constantly balancing the urge to fix our lives with the need to step back and let them grow. Here's your spiritual anchor for a household setup, and this is news for me also. So it's the spiritual anchor that is given us is we are the atmosphere. We are in ourselves. We are not the fixer. Stop trying to be everything for everybody. You can't, and I see this all the time, you can't pour and none of us, you can't pour from empty cups. We cannot fix our adult children's choices, finances, or futures. We cannot control the chaos of multi-generational households. We can control the spiritual atmosphere that we carry, and I absolutely love how that reads. That quote one more time: life big. 10% of what happens, 90% of what we do is how we carry it. It's what we do with whatever's happening. When we step into the kitchen, we can carry a quiet peace that says God is in this house, even if it doesn't look perfect right now. Even if it doesn't look like it, I won't even say perfect. God is with us. Remember, we don't have to be strong for them. We don't have to be strong for them. You just have to show them. You have to show our love with our children. Where we go when we are weak. And let them see us lean on God. And that is the greatest legacy that we can give them. This one is actionable and takeaway. How do we actually survive this week without losing our minds or our faith? We implement micro Sabbath. I like that. We don't have to have a whole day or even a whole hour to ourselves. Not right now, and that's okay. Or we may not have it. We need to find God in the cracks of the day. Now, me, I've already mentioned. I love my walks. My walks are my peace, and I love living in complexes where there are amenities because I love the pool, I love the water. just so relaxing. So give me a pool, let me be able to walk. So I am, and I thank God for that. And I have a lakefront. So I am able to escape in a sense. I can. And like I said, I thank God for that. But the options that it gives is you give yourself a 2-minute car sanctuary. Now, I don't have a car. But for those that do, and maybe you're doing it already, but when you put into a driveway or put into the driveway, do not get out immediately, but sit in the car for a quiet 2 minutes, turn off the radio, hands on the steering wheel, and just pray, Lord, fill me up before I walk through that door. The bathroom verses, number 2. Put a sticky note on your bathroom mirror with one anchor verse. A simple example that they give us is Isaiah 40:29. He gives strength to the weary and increases the power of the weak. Read it while you brush your teeth and let it wash over you. And then the breath prayer, number 3. And they also use this, the breath prayer transition. When the noise in the house peaks, take one deep breath. Inhale, and you are my peace. Say, you are my peace. Exhale, I let go of the rest. Let it so it looks like my lighting is going in and out, so I am so very sorry because I turned and then I turned again. So if I'm going in and out, I am so very sorry in advance because after I edit it, it's going to go up as is. So I appreciate your patience with that. And then to end it, it gives us a blessing. To the woman in midlife who is holding it all together, you are doing a beautiful, sacred work, hosting your family, loving the grandbaby, or our grandbaby, wrestling for the peace, wrestling for peace is holy ground. God sees the hidden tears, and even the hidden tears that are not so hidden, the silent prayers over the kitchen sink, and the sheer exhaustion we carry. He is not disappointed that we are tired, and He invites us to rest in Him. We don't have to carry the whole house on our shoulders. Not today, not anything. Drop the weight. God has got them. God has got all of us, and He's got us. Keep the faith by letting Him keep you. Candace, I'm telling myself to keep the faith by reminding myself that God's got me. And be kind to yourself. Give yourself grace. We are all doing better than what we think. I'm going to wrap it there because that is the end also. I mean, I couldn't say that any better myself, so I appreciate everyone that watched to the end. If you're new here, my name is Candace. Welcome. I appreciate you tuning in. For my subscribers that's always with me, that pop in, even if you haven't watched to the end, but I appreciate all the support. I love you, and I thank you. And I appreciate any prayers, and I remember you guys as well. So yeah, that's what I have, and until next video, bye for now.